I have always had some special weakness for the Great Battles of History series. So it is not surprising that I received and got another installment in this great series, this time the Hoplite. Welcome, this is Michael from the Boardgames Chronicle, and today we are going to do the unboxing and overview of the second printing of the Hoplite, which is the 15th game in this great series by Richard Berg and Mark Herman. Hoplite will be slightly different, game to what we already had around this period. You remember, we have Alexander the Great, we have SPQR, we have also some other, let's say, ancient history installments of the series. This will be about the battles from the pre-Greek Persian, times, and also during Greek Persian times. So very, very ancient battles. One question which immediately arises is how those battles actually look like. And honestly, nobody fully knows now at this moment in time how they look like. However, thanks to this volume, we will be able to explore the most possible hypotheses we have now for those battles. So what we will do today, we'll look at the components, but also tell you a bit about the game mechanics. First and foremost, I really like the cover, on this volume. Really, really great looking one. The box, as usually for GMT games, is sturdy, nice, not particularly deep, like 2 inches. And at the back, we have also some information about the contents of the game, of the box. So all the maps, units, also some metric from 1 to 8 hours. Actually, most of the battles which are here, with exception of Plataea, the largest land engagement up to the Napoleonic times, really guys, this was the largest one. These are relatively small scenarios, yeah. So which is also pretty cool, and I really appreciate because it allows you to play it in one sitting. Each, let's say, volume in a series is based on the generic rules with some twists and turns. This will be also similar for the Hoplite, because what you would expect is that the Hoplite warfare, of course, look a bit different than the Roman legion. So what we will have will be the Hellenistic law of inertia, or drift to the right, which was supposed to happen because of the hoplon, which the hoplites had, so the shield. There will be also Persian light cavalry, their harassment and dispersal tactics, and we will also have like 3 different levels of hoplite advanced to combat. So really some interesting implementations of the tactics. Other than that, this will be a hex and counter game in which you will need to take care about your cohesion, about how you move, how you react, about the initiatives of the leaders. So all the usual stuff in Great Battles of History series. Look into the box. First of all, we're getting the rules manual. This is not glossy, this is matte. I love it. My eyes are not, they appreciate it very much, especially when I'm reading during the night or in the afternoon or in the evening with artificial light. Things you would expect, so as always, unit description. The military units, so also the background of the units. So this is also very cool stuff in those, instructions by Mark Herman with design notes, how he designed them, what choices he made. Sequence of play is not something which is unusual, similar to other games. We have movement and missile fire, shock combat. Shock combat, remember, we resolve simultaneously. So you cannot do some strange breakthroughs that you have 8 attacks, you break with first 2 and then exploit. No, in this game you do it sequentially. All close combat attacks, all phases of this simultaneous. So there are no some strange results. Leaders, how do they play? How do we activation and orders? how do we do the movement. There's a lot of text here, but it's very straightforward, especially if you know the series. However, if you would like to start with the series, this will be one of the better choices. You will see in a moment why. Column movement, orderly withdrawal, very important mechanic, sometimes underestimated and not present in many other games. The light troops, you might think this is cannon fodder. No, the light troops can be really elite, especially if well equipped and using good tactics. Missile combat, of course, and those harassment and dispersal tactics, so that you're able to get to the enemy and then retreat. The most important part of the game, shock combat and the procedure, how to do it. So the pre-shock procedures and then all other elements, clash of shields, when you compare the weapon systems, when you compare the position, all these things matter. Yeah. And some examples which tells you about it. Then we have special units, not too many, light troops, I believe chariots, cavalry charge formations, cavalry pursuit and square. This is special units, so the Tevan double depth and massed phalanx. So this and this would be something new. The other, and then that's all. Then we have effects of the combat at the end of the combat. There could be a rout, the units can be destroyed, and so on. And this is the end. 30 pages, 32 pages. A lot of them is comments, a lot of them are glossary, and also the explanations of, for example, unit types. So I would say, comparatively to other volumes in this series, this is not a complex game, and the amount of rules is also pretty limited. So this is the first thing which will tell us this is a good starting point for this system. The minimal usage of rules. It also the fact is that the number of unit types is limited thanks to type of warfare which was fought there. Then what do we have is scenario book. This is always separate. We have like 11 battles, very important ones. Ephesus, Marathon, Platea, Mycale, Tangra, Delium, Cunaxa, Nemea, Coronea, Leuctra, and of course Mantinea. All important hoplite, battles where either two hoplite armies were fighting, or maybe a hoplite army, kind of a Western type army, with a Persian army, kind of an Eastern type army. So we will have those battles here. Yeah, first of all, I will have some information and general information about scenarios, and then we go to the battles. And the first thing which you will note, and the second very important point why this game is so suitable to start, is the low counter density. These are relatively small battles, small number of pieces, small number of counters, which allows you to easily, navigate through this and easily finish the game with one sitting. For example, Ephesus, not a large battle, especially, on the Greek side, definitely playable within one sitting. Marathon, relatively small battle, guys. Yes, it's very famous battle, but it was a relatively small battle. So you can see, we will always have a simplified great battles of history version. While I appreciate simplified version, I usually tend to play the full version. Also, not a very large battle, although you can see there's a lot of space for this. Initial deployments. This is huge battle. This is tremendously huge battle. So the Platea, and it's huge not only because there's plenty of units. Okay, this is important, but look at the terrain. All of this will really have a huge impact on your moves, on cohesion, on number of rules you need to take into account. And this would be the largest one, not only here in this volume, but across many other volumes. a huge victory by the Spartan Athens alliance. Then we have Mycale, another small engagement. It was a follow-up to Plataea, in which the Greeks finally defeated the Persians. Herodotus states Mycale took place on the afternoon of the same day as the Battle of Plataea, so if so, a truly bad day for the Persians. And this is why I love the rule books by Mark Herman or scenario books. All these small, comments are wonderful. Sipitba, okay. Then Tangra, this is hoplites versus hoplites, Athenians versus Spartans. Yes, we were friends when we had a common enemy, the Spartans, the Persians. But now when the Persians are gone, well, let's fight with each other, of course. What better can we do? Typical about human beings, typical. Delium, this is Athenians versus Boeotians. This is a pretty interesting scenario because of this hill inside here, which, reminds me of other very famous battle with hills between the armies, which was fought by Julius Caesar at Ilerda, also very decisive. Who will get there first? Of course, moving uphill removes your cohesion. A bit larger battle, Cunaxa, Artaxerxes, so Persians versus Cyrus. And then 10,000 will be coming back to Greece back. Nemea, a medium battle, Sparta versus Thebes, here, not too many units. Then we have Sparta and versus Thebes in Coronea. And we should have also the Leuctra, of course, with a very deep phalanx here of the Thebes and versus Spartans. I'm looking for Mantinea, where it will be. Oh, here is Mantinea. Mantinea was, again, a bigger battle, probably the second largest after Plataea in this volume, due to the size of the units engaged, but all armies engaged, but also because of the terrain. And here's another Mantinea scenario too. This is cool. This is for simplified rules, and I believe that's all. So 11 very interesting battles. I am sure to do some kind of materials about those battles, just like I did for Julius Caesar or other great battles of history. It's simply fun to play them solitary. This is standard great battles of history road point track for both sides and game turn track. Then we will have a play rate with a typical things like movement cost chart, movement cost, and of course also the cohesion hits. The shock combat resolution with a shock superiority and comparative weapons system. This is something which we will be verifying here. And then we have missile range, fire versus armor. You see, so few rules in comparison to other volumes. I really start to like it more and more. We should get to the counters soon. Okay, these are cohesion hit and TQ checks, where you do it. Leaders, order summary, and the sequence of play. Of course. Simple great battles of history version, and the second part for the second player. And now that's what I wanted to get to. This will be the counter sheets. How many do we have? 4. Okay, some but not so many. This will be the Persians, as you can see, heavy infantry, heavy cavalry, some light cavalry, light infantry here, a lot of them. Probably after punching them out, I will clip them so they look even more beautiful. Whom do we have here? Counter sheet number 2. So this will be some of the Greeks. Let me see. We have Cyrus, Hoplite, Light Infantry Greeks. Okay, so Tegea, Mantinea, okay. Asia. I'm just looking and trying to find. Okay, this is Cyrus, so this is clear. These are the abbreviations also of the names here. This looks like Spartans or Athenians. Spartans, okay. This will be Athenians. Okay, skirmishers. Very nice done, counters. But what I was looking for is definitely the hoplite. So these are the Thebes, okay, Aeolia, Athens, Sparta. These are the Cyrus Greek mercenaries, yeah. And this is the type of advance, yeah. This is the trot. I believe we had earlier also other type of advance. We have walk here for the hoplites, which we will be marking during the game. And then we have some more units and not too many auxiliary, tokens for shock, mass combat, routed, missile low, engage, and some cohesion hits. If you have any other game, you probably have tons of those tokens, so you can reuse it from the others. Last but not least, we have maps. Let me open them. I really like the maps from Great Battle of History. We have a die and the baggies. So let me put it aside. Let's look at some of the maps. I might not be able to fit them fully in the camera, but let me do my best. First and foremost, beautiful marathon map, Bay of Marathon, open field, so a clear battle. On the other side, we have part of Plataea. Yeah, so this is only half of a Plataea map. So this will be huge battle because we need another map here to have a full Plataea map. Okay, then we have another very distinctive map of Cunaxa, Nemea, Coronea. What do you notice? Nothing? That's good. You should not notice that this is the open terrain. On the other side, we have Plataea second part with Hysiae, Erythrae, and here you have Persian camp. So Plataea would probably take even some time to set it up. And then we have last two battles, or even more, because some of them will be very small. So Delium will only have this map, nothing more. Very suitable for some introductory example of play, I believe. Then we have Ephesus, Tangro, and Leuctra, also open terrain. Hoplites tend to fight in open terrain. That was something which was very important for them to keep formation. So this could also be a very good example of play. On the back, we will have Mycale with river inside and some of let's say hills, and Mantinea, which will also have a lot of terrain. Yeah, definitely a lot of terrain. When I'm looking at this, guys, I'm just hoping to bring this game as soon as possible to the table. As I said, this is a perfect game, probably with Qatar Fact, to start your journey with Great Battle of History. Both Hoplite and Qatar have Cataphract has relatively small battles, not too many rules, low counter density, and they are very, well suited, to start your journey with it. Okay, I will stop here. That's all for today, what I had for you guys. Really great addition to the system. 15 installment in the Great Battles of History series. I will definitely come back with some examples of play. I will pause here. If you like this video, do not hesitate, give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, kindly please subscribe. It really helps me and gives me information that you would like to see more content like this. Below video you have a comment section. Please use it in case you would like to share, ask, maybe criticize or comment. I will also post links to other materials I did for the games in the series. That's all for today. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for watching.